Hey, what's up guys? Spencer Rhodes here. So in season 9 of The Walking Dead, Rick's character was written out of the series. The actor Andrew Lincoln wanted to return to his home in the United Kingdom so that he could spend more time with his family, as opposed to just the 6 months where he gets to spend time with his family, and then he has to go film, and then he gets to come back for 6 months, and then he has to leave and go film. He wanted to stop doing that. He wanted to spend more time with his kids who are, growing up and everything, and spend more time with his wife and everything, and, still work on projects, but work on projects in the United Kingdom so that he wouldn't have to leave on a plane and be gone for months and months. So they wrote him out of the series in season 9. They did not kill him off. They had the character get captured by a group of people called the CRM. He was captured by a helicopter and taken away. And then the show did a big 6-year time jump, and everyone still thinks that Rick is dead. They thought Rick was dead because he pretty much attempted to sacrifice himself by blowing up a bridge and stopping a huge herd of walkers from getting to everyone. And Michonne and Daryl and others were really devastated. But yeah, they think he's dead, but he's actually not dead. But we, the audience, know that he's not dead, and the characters don't know that yet. But that was basically how they wrote Rick out of the series. Now, Angela Kang had an interview where she was asked about whether or not Rick would return, and she says that the door is always open, that he hasn't returned yet, but the door is always open. He can return when he wants to return, if he wants to return, whenever he wants to return. I mean, he was the lead character of the series, and he's a huge, very popular character. Most people, including me, just loved him in the show, and it felt like there really was sort of a loss that never really came back when he left. Even though I feel like season 9 and 10 have been pretty good, there's just something missing because Rick's not there anymore. So a lot of fans are just really wanting Rick to just come back. Now, there's the Rick Grimes movie trilogy that's continuing the story of Rick and explaining what happened to him after he got captured. But it's going to be a 3-film trilogy, and that's going to be filmed in the United Kingdom. They worked that out with the actor so that way he could stay in his hometown and be with his family. But that's going to be the continuation of Rick Grimes' story, and from there, we don't really know what's going to happen. We don't know if he's ever going to return to the show at all. If he's just going to get a cameo. Will it be like the very last episode of the series, he comes back and he and Michonne kiss or something and that's the end? Or could he come back full time in the last season? I think that if they can decide when the last season is, if they can figure out what the last season of the show, they could just ask Andrew Lincoln, hey, can you just finish the story, come back, what's another 6 months? You get to tie up the loose ends and give your character closure and give the fans closure. It's just another 6 months and then the show will be over. You don't have to worry about coming back anymore. I feel like Andrew Lincoln would be willing to agree to that, but they have to figure out when they're going to end the show. I'm always hoping that at the very least we get Rick full time in the last season of the show. Like I said, they tell him it's the last season so that he can just come back and finish it, But who knows? But in this interview, she just sort of briefly talks about how she's open to him returning anytime. The door is always open. But this is what she says about Rick returning. Not this season, but man, I would love it if he did. We were talking about having him direct something for a while, but then he wanted to focus on some acting stuff. And he didn't want to drop out on us at the last minute if something came along. And he's been doing a movie lately. The door is always open. Andy, you can come back anytime. So that's it. That's all she has to say about it and about him returning. But you have to keep in mind it's not something that Angela Kang or the writers have any control over. It's up to Andrew Lincoln. He has to decide to come back or not. If he doesn't come back, they have to just keep writing the show without him. But it would be cool to get like the occasional cameo or something. But I feel like if Rick returns, it needs to be like a full-time thing. So maybe go a few seasons without Rick, and then maybe Andrew Lincoln will be willing to come back. He'll just be like, screw it. I need to come back to my show, man. I need to come back to The Walking Dead. The fans miss me. I owe it to Rick Grimes' story, and that'd be so great. It'd be so great to get Rick back in The Walking Dead. Just like Good grief. It would be so nice if he just came back. I really feel like in some ways he carried the show, and I don't mean that in like a negative way, like the show's bad without him, but in a way he kind of carried the show, sort of like how you really wouldn't have Breaking Bad without Walt or Jesse. You really can't have The Walking Dead without Rick. I mean, you can, but, you know, there's kind of something missing, like a little charm missing because the actor's not there anymore. So, you know, I would want him to come back as soon as possible, but I mean, I get it. He's got to do what he's got to do. He's got to be with his family. I completely understand that. I'm completely sympathetic. It's just as a fan, you know, I'm like, man, I want Rick to come back. It's not like I'm mad at him or anything, so I get it, but still, it would be so cool if he could come back. It'd be so cool. I mean, just the first 9 seasons, I always rewatch certain episodes and stuff like that, and I just really love the character, and I really miss him, and it would be great if he could come back to The Walking Dead, but hopefully he will eventually. You know, like I said, maybe in a few years he could come back full time. You know, that'd be pretty great. And with the movie trilogy, they can basically explain what's going on with him until he comes back to the show. They can explain that part of his storyline, and then eventually we'll get his return in the show. But who knows? I'll keep my fingers crossed. Hopefully he will come back to the Walking Dead show eventually. But yeah, that's all I have for this video, so let me know what you guys think in the comments below, and don't be shy. Hit that like and subscribe. I'm not going anywhere. I make 1 to 2 Walking Dead videos per day, so please hit that subscribe button. Right now I am at 691 subscribers. My goal is to try to get to 700 in the next few weeks. So just remember, every subscriber counts, every bit of support matters, and is very, very appreciated. Hopefully we can get to that goal of 700. Anyway, with all that said, I am Spencer Rhodes, and I will see you guys later. Bye!